Hello everyone. Welcome back to Quickora Global. We hope you're doing well. In today's video, we'll be covering UK Immigration Overhaul 2026, key updates on all visas and settlement rules starting January. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you won't miss our upcoming videos. As we approach the new year, many prospective migrants are reconsidering their plans to settle or study in the UK due to significant immigration rule changes. These updates affect visa requirements, indefinite leave to remain eligibility, and post-study work opportunities. If you are planning to apply for a visa, it's crucial to understand these changes and how they may impact your future. New English language requirement. From January 8, 2026, all applicants seeking indefinite leave to remain will need to meet a higher English language standard. Previously, B1 English proficiency sufficed, but now B2 English will be required. This means anyone applying for visas from this date must ensure they meet the updated language requirement to avoid delays or refusals. Changes to indefinite leave to remain. The UK government has announced that from April 2026, major modifications to ILR eligibility will take effect. The baseline qualifying period for many migrants will be 10 years, although this will vary depending on the applicant's occupation, income, and contributions to society. High-skilled workers earning over £50,270 annually, or those employed in public sector roles, such as healthcare and education, may qualify after 5 years. Medium-skilled workers could face up to 15 years before qualifying. Refugees may need up to 20 years. Those who overstayed their visas may face up to 30 years before becoming eligible. Exceptions exist for partners of British citizens and Hong Kong BNO visa holders, who continue to qualify for settlement after 5 years. Graduate visa updates. For international students, the post-study work visa, graduate visa, will undergo changes. From January 1, 2027, the standard duration of the graduate visa will be 18 months unless applicants have previously held a PhD, in which case it remains 36 months. Graduate visas do not require sponsorship, but they cannot be extended. Previously, graduates could transition from the graduate visa to a skilled worker visa, but changes to the skilled worker eligibility list in July 2025 removed certain medium-skilled jobs from eligibility, affecting sectors such as transport, dentistry, and prisons. New pathways are opening, such as transitioning into an innovator-founder visa for graduates who wish to start businesses while in the UK. Individual qualification for settlement. Another significant change is the emphasis on individual qualification for settlement. Accompanying partners of work visa holders will now need to qualify for ILR in their own right, rather than automatically with their sponsor. Those granted ILR may face restrictions on public funds, limiting welfare access to British citizens only. This shift underscores the government's intent to ensure that all applicants demonstrate independent eligibility and self-sufficiency. Transitional arrangements. While these rules are set to take effect from April 2026, the government consultation process may introduce transitional arrangements for individuals already in the UK. This could apply to borderline cases, allowing certain applicants to complete the process under previous rules. Final recommendations. Given the complexity of these changes, it is strongly advised to consult the UK government website for the latest official guidance. Seek advice from a qualified immigration lawyer if your circumstances are complex. Plan applications strategically to maximize eligibility under the current rules, especially if intending to study or work in the UK before January 2027. Even with these changes, students can still access a 2-year post-study work visa until January 1, 2027, offering an important opportunity for career development in the UK. Additional considerations. Individuals in medium-skilled sectors should review job codes against the updated skilled worker list. Volunteering in the community could accelerate ILR eligibility to 5 to 7 years for those who qualify. High-income earners and public sector employees remain at an advantage for faster settlement. In short, the UK immigration landscape is evolving rapidly. Staying informed and proactive is the key to successfully navigating these changes. UK restricts DR Congo visas over migrant return policy. The United Kingdom has announced visa restrictions targeting travelers from the Democratic Republic of Congo after its government failed to meet UK demands for the return of illegal migrants and foreign nationals with criminal records. Officials stated that the DRC had not implemented the reforms outlined in the UK's revised asylum rules introduced last November. End of fast-track and VIP visa privileges. As part of the measures, fast-track visa processing will no longer be available for Congolese nationals. Additionally, the Home Office confirmed that VIPs and politicians from the DRC will no longer receive preferential entry when traveling to the UK. These actions are part of the government's broader effort to enforce stricter compliance from countries whose citizens reside in the UK illegally. Cooperation from Angola and Namibia. In contrast, Angola and Namibia have agreed to enhance their processes for repatriating their citizens following threats of sanctions. A government source described this as the first tangible success stemming from last month's asylum reforms. These agreements could result in the deportation of thousands of individuals currently residing illegally in the UK. Home Secretary Shabana Mahmood emphasized that the UK would not hesitate to extend visa restrictions to other nations that fail to cooperate on returns. Changes to UK asylum policy. The UK's asylum reforms mark a significant shift in policy. Refugee status will now be temporary rather than indefinite, guaranteed housing support for asylum seekers will end, and new capped safe and legal routes into the country will be established. Mahmood had warned that countries refusing to facilitate returns could face an emergency brake on visas, effectively limiting entry until compliance is achieved. Challenges in repatriation. The Home Office noted that attempts to repatriate individuals from the DRC, Angola, and Namibia have been hampered by bureaucratic delays and procedural obstacles, such as incomplete paperwork and excessive requirements for self-certification. These challenges have allowed these countries to obstruct the return process, prompting the UK to threaten penalties for continued non-compliance. Home Secretary's message. Mahmood stressed that countries must play by the rules and take back citizens who have no right to remain in the UK. She praised Angola and Namibia for their cooperation, but warned the DRC that further inaction could result in a full visa ban. Additional considerations. Beyond visa restrictions, these reforms may influence broader diplomatic relations, trade discussions, and bilateral cooperation on migration, highlighting the UK's commitment to tightening control over immigration while pressuring other nations to honor their repatriation responsibilities.